Davey Jones was born on December 30th, 1945 in Manchester, England. He was an actor and a singer in the band called the Monkees. As a child, he appeared in 2 TV shows, but he loved horses so much that he decided he wanted to be a jockey. His trainer convinced him to try being an actor in the play Oliver. He did an amazing job. As a cast member of Oliver, he appeared on the same episode of The Ed Sullivan Show as the Beatles. He saw how wild the women were going and he thought he'd like to be a musician also. At age 19, he released a solo song called What Are We Going to Do? The Monkees were formed in 1966 as a fictional TV band. They sold a ton of albums with hit songs such as Daydream Believer, Last Train to Clarksville, Stepping Stone, A Little Bit Me, A Little Bit You, Pleasant Valley Sunday, and I'm a Believer. What was your favorite song? He was also in a few TV shows including The Brady Bunch, Love American Style, My Two Dads, Boy Meets World, Sabrina the Teenage Witch, and SpongeBob SquarePants, among many others. Davey was so popular that David Bowie changed his name to avoid confusion with the more famous Davey. After the Monkees broke up, he continued touring as a solo artist and they also got back together for tours. I got to see him in concert a few years before he passed away. He was married 3 times and had 4 children. He died in 2012 from a heart attack. He was 66 years old. Bela Lugosi was born on October 20th, 1882 in Lugos, Hungary, which is now known as Lugoj, Romania. His birth name was Bela Ferenc Desko Blasko. He was an actor. He was a founding member of the Screen Actors Guild. He will forever be known for his role as Count Dracula in the 1931 film called Dracula. It's considered a classic in the horror movie genre. His thick accent would limit the amount of better roles he would have later on. He began acting at age 20. During World War I, he joined the Austro-Hungarian army for 2 years and he was wounded. He started using morphine to ease his pain and he eventually became addicted to it. He ended up in Germany and made many movies before moving to the US in 1920. He became an American citizen in 1931. His first movie made in the US was called The Silent Command in 1923. A few years later, he played Dracula in a Broadway play. It was very successful and they eventually went on tour. He was in several movies before the role of Dracula came up. He wasn't the first choice, but I think they picked the right person. Some of his other films included White Zombie, Son of Frankenstein, The Kiss of Death, The Raven, Mark of the Vampire, The Body Snatcher, Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein, and Plan 9 from Outer Space, just to name a few. He was in 8 films with Boris Karloff. According to his son, Bela never drove a car or flew on an airplane. Unfortunately, he had money problems towards the end of his life. He wasn't paid well for Dracula, only around $3,500. He was eager to take the role. Residuals didn't exist back then. He was married 5 times and had 1 child. He died in 1956 from a heart attack. He was buried in one of his Dracula capes. He was 73 years old. Dick Clark was born on November 30th, 1929 in Bronxville, New York. He had an iconic career and he is known for being a TV and radio host, actor, producer, and entertainment mogul. His nickname was the world's oldest teenager. He hosted the hit show American Bandstand from 1956 to 1981. He hosted Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve from 1973 through 1999 and from 2001 through 2004. He was inducted into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame in 1993. He hosted the game shows Missing Links, The Challengers, and the $25,000 Pyramid. He graduated from Syracuse University in 1951 with a degree in advertising and a minor in radio. In 1963, he created the Dick Clark Radio Show. He also hosted and appeared on many other TV shows, too many to mention here. One of my favorites was TV's Bloopers and Practical Jokes. He was married 3 times and had 2 children. He had type 2 diabetes and coronary artery disease. He had a stroke in 2004 and his speech was affected the rest of his life. He died in 2012 from a heart attack after treatment for an enlarged prostate. He was 82 years old. Hulk Hogan was born on August 11th, 1953 in Augusta, Georgia. His birth name was Terry Gene Bollea. He was a professional wrestler, a musician, and an actor. He is arguably the most famous and recognizable professional wrestler ever. He was inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame in 2005 and again in 2020 as a member of the NWO. He started his professional career in 1977. After signing with the WWF, which is now the WWE, in 1984, he quickly rose up the ranks. He defeated the Iron Sheik that same year and Hulkamania was born. More than 33 million people watched him lose to Andre the Giant in 1988. He left the WWE in 1993 to pursue acting. The next year, he joined World Championship Wrestling and had continued success. In 1996, he became a villain after becoming Hollywood Hogan and forming a new wrestling group called NWO, or New World Order. He said he was overweight until the end of high school. That's when he started taking working out seriously. He attended a couple of different colleges and played in a band called Ruckus. After some professional wrestlers noticed his size at the gym, they suggested he start wrestling. He was trained by a famous coach named Hiro Matsuda. Some of the movies he was in included Rocky III, Mr. Nanny, Suburban Commando, and No Holds Barred. His reality TV show called Hogan Knows Best was very popular. He was kicked out of the WWE Hall of Fame in 2015 due to derogatory remarks he made. He was reinstated in 2018. He was sued for $5 million by comedian Richard Belzer after he asked Hogan to demonstrate a wrestling move on his TV show. After refusing, he finally put Richard in a chokehold and he passed out and hit his head. It was settled out of court. In 1994, he admitted in court that he used steroids to gain size and strength. Judge not, lest ye be judged yourself. One of his former friends released a secretly taped Hogan sex tape. He won a $115 million judgment and settled for $31 million. He claimed he was offered what would become the George Foreman grill first, but he missed the phone call. He was married 3 times and had 2 children. He died in July of 2025 from cardiac arrest. He was 71 years old. Jackie Kugan was born on October 26, 1914 in Los Angeles, California. His birth name was John Leslie Kugan. He was an actor. Both of his parents were vaudevillians. His most well-known role was that of Uncle Fester in the TV show called The Addams Family. It ran on ABC from 1964 to 1966. Okay, quick, what show was better, The Munsters or The Addams Family? His first wife was the actress and model named Betty Grable. He started out as a child actor who was discovered by Charlie Chaplin. He was one of the first child stars after he appeared in the Chaplin silent films called A Day's Pleasure and The Kid. Some of his other films included Daddy, Huckleberry Finn, and Tom Sawyer. He made millions of dollars as a child. That's right, millions. He once said, "I had the flu in New York and it pushed the President of the United States off the front pages. Other boys went to see Babe Ruth. Babe Ruth came to see me." Unfortunately, his mother and stepfather wasted most of it. He was forced to sue them and he only received a fraction of what they squandered. His case helped inspire the state of California to create the California Child Actors Bill to protect any money made by a kid. It is also known as the Kugan Act. When he was 20, he was in a bad car wreck. He was the only survivor. His dad and his best friend were among the dead. In 1941, he enlisted in the U.S. Army. When he returned from the war, good parts dried up for him. He made some B-movies and started appearing in any TV show that would have him. Then came the Addams Family. He was married 4 times and had 4 children. His grandson, named Keith Kugan, also acted. You may have seen him in Adventures in Babysitting or Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead, just to name a couple of his films. Jackie had many health issues later in life. He had a stroke, hypertension, and kidney issues. He died in 1984 from heart failure. He was 69 years old.